Well, last year, as you know, the Terriers led the conference in three-point attempts by a mile. So it's one thing you're trying to look for this year with Jake, with Scott, with Jeff Pelage, is to pound the paint a lot more often, try to establish the inside game. Maybe a little different than that outside game last year.
There's no doubt we want to put it inside or drive the ball. And what that does for us is when you miss 3 or 4 threes in a row and long rebounds and they're going off and finishing, at some point you need to stop the bleeding. And how do you do that? You put it inside, you make a layup, you get a dunk, or you get to the foul line. And I asked Corey Lowe yesterday, not to shoot too many threes. I said, get in the paint, and we do this thing at the end of practice. We play game situations. He got to the rim one time. He hit a little floater in the lane one time. And I said, Corey, you have that capability. That's what we need. But we need that from Carlos, too. We all can't just sit and be happy, go lucky, feel good team that just jacks threes all the time, which is our strength. And let's be honest about that. That's our strength. We're a good three-point shooting team. I'm not going to take that away from them. But let's also have a good IQ and be smart basketball players. When you shoot 5 or 6 threes and you don't make them, we got to get something to the basket now. We got to get something. We got to get somebody on the foul line. So.
Thoughts on the rest of America East? Obviously, you guys are picked to win the league, but how would you rate the rest of the league?
I think the league is going to be very competitive. It was very nice of the coaches to vote us preseason #1, but we haven't had Tyler in a couple years, full strength. We didn't have Carlos last year. On paper, it might look okay, but there's some very good teams. I think it's well balanced, and every game we got to come and we got to play hard. And if we don't do that, we're going to be in trouble, especially on the road. On the road, it's going to be very difficult. I know it's very difficult playing on the road in this league, and especially having to drive same day. That's going to present a problem as well for us. But we got to be mentally ready, mentally tough, and take all comers.
Have you guys set any long-term goals at this point, or are you just more looking short-term as far as goals for the season?
Our goals are really short-term, and if I get them to think about just practice today and not tomorrow, because tomorrow's really not guaranteed for any of us, let's just think about practice today. Let's think about stepping on the floor and playing BU basketball, which is play hard, play together, play smart, play with pride. If we can do that every day and get better every day and work on our habits, every drill, every possession, every minute we're on the floor, well, then that should carry over to the next day and the next day and the next, and then to the games. And if we can just have that mentality of just get better every day, we should be the best team that we can be by the end of the year. And that's the goal. The goal is to be the best team you can be by the end of the year. If you can do that, then everything else will take care of itself. I know everybody wants to know, are you going to win 20 games? Are you going to win the America East? Are you going to go to the NCAA tournament? I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to get better today and teach these guys how to play hard today. And if we do that, then maybe that stress, maybe that burden, maybe that anxiety that they feel towards the end of games, maybe it's released and it's gone because we're just trying to get better every day. So we'll see how it goes.
When you accepted the job here at BU, what's the most significant piece of advice Coach Wright gave you from Villanova?
Work as hard as you can. Be patient. And remember, it's normally about the people that you work with and for, which includes the players, which includes the administration, which includes your coaching staff. Treat everybody with great respect. Treat everybody from the guy that's sweeping up the floor to President Brown the same way. And if you have that mentality, you'll be liked, and you know what? You might win a few games too if you treat everybody equally. The golden rule, I guess they call it.
Last question.
So what's the biggest obstacle you see to this team gaining success and getting better throughout the season?
The biggest obstacle, I would probably have to say, is just staying healthy. If we could stay healthy, I've read all the articles, I've watched all the video of the last few years. If this team could just stay healthy and believe in itself and play with great confidence, we should have a successful year by the end of the year.